watched some of that football in the first half against Korea Republic. They had no answers to it. So Croatia have to get everything right. Then rule number one for them, when they have the ball, they've got treasure, they've got to keep it. Brazil showed against Korea Republic, not only how good they are with it, but how hard they want to win it back when they lose it. So all facets of the Croatian performance tonight have got to be spot on, I think, in order for them to prevail.
Interesting to see already, Andy, that Krajilic looks as though he's starting on the right-hand side for Croatia. Well done, there, the coach, just making a couple of changes. That's a notable one. Krajilic's first start.
I don't think it really worked, the Bruno Pekovic decision in the previous game when he played up the middle. That never really worked. He didn't quite have the mobility for it.
I wonder what dance Chita is going to have today.
I'm sure they have something rehearsed and prepared. Make no mistake about that. It's what they do. It's the way they are. They want to express themselves off the field, on the field, always. And that's what everybody loves to see about Brazil.
The atmosphere behind the goal, and we've only just started. First touch of the ball for Iceland. Here's Thiago Silva, a real Peter Pan of football. Still going strong in his fourth World Cup at the ripe old age of 38. He still glides across the grass in an unhurried manner.
He does. He plays the game so effortlessly, doesn't he? Thiago Silva's such a good player.
Gets up. Losing out this time to Mateo Kovacic with a bustling surgeon running. It's upended there, right underneath referee Oliver's nose.
Yeah, Casemiro wasn't going to let it pass. Won't get away with too many more of those. Good play that from Mateo Kovacic.
Yeah, we've seen both sides of Casemiro's game, haven't we, at this World Cup? He's the anchor of that midfield. He scored the only goal as well when they beat Switzerland in the group stage. Here's Modric, string puller in chief for Croatia.
I think they're going to be very important for Croatia. Their corners, should they get a few of them, those wide free kicks, they've got to take perhaps a little bit more care with those from that delivery from Luka Modric, not one of his finest.
Opportunity perhaps to venture forward via the unlikely source of Dan Lovren. Here's Juranovic into Modric. Just catching Richarlison.
How far back Richarlison has come there to actually win the ball back for his team. That's what I do like about this Brazil side. Everybody has to pull their weight, has to do their job. And it is a much more aggressive game from them when they don't have the ball, where they try and get it back.
Thiago Silva going long, looking for Vinicius Junior. It was an awkward swirling ball for Brazil into Croatia's penalty area for the first time in the game. Very quickly, everybody back behind the ball in red and white. Marquinhos. Looking for Vinicius Junior. Yeah, busy night for Croatia's right back. Krajilic makes the block. Vinicius Junior. Albeit a relatively straightforward rule for
Nggak masuk. Mana Kroasia, mana Kroasia?
Kroasia kipernya keren bang, nggak bakal masuk bang.
Brazil. Mana makanan? Buka bang.
Had a little too much zip on it.
Yeah, I think he right at him, just overhit that. But these early moments, I think, are crucial for Croatia. I really do. I think in this first 15 minutes, they dare not afford to concede anything unnecessary.
They have been very solid defensively, haven't they? They have conceded twice, once to Canada and then once to Japan in the last 20 minutes.
Correct.
Brazil Kroasia.
Brazil.
Skornya berapa skornya?
Skornya cukup 2-0.
Kroasia. Brazil Kroasia. Kroasia.
venturing deep into Brazilian territory, but it will be a throw to the South Americans.
Lu yang mau merapat ke Pesona Kahuripan 1 boleh.
You can see up front for
Kita nobar di sini.
Pasalic playing down the right side, but he will filter in. Kramaric has played wide.
Full, stadion full.
Even though he's occupying the kind of number 9 position at the moment.
Yeah, he's not an out-and-out forward, is he, Pasalic? But he certainly has goals in him. He scored 13 last season for Atalanta.
Brazil, Croasia.
Brazil.
Skornya berapa?
2-0.
2-0.
Happy to leave it to Mateo Kovacic. Such a solid, experienced look to the vast majority of this Croatia team. I mean, Guardiola's a bit of an exception at 20 years of age, but 6 of the starting 11 have at least 75 caps.
Yeah, which is massive, very important. And also they've been down this road before at the back end of these major tournaments. So they're not afraid to mix it with anybody. It's just how they develop their game at the top of the field.
Modric sending it forward. Towards Perisic, who was penalised by the referee for his challenge on
Rusuh.
We saw to good effect how Ivan Perisic gets in the box and can use his head. A brilliant header from the edge of the box against Japan, but there was always a little bit like that.
Yeah, very much a player to keep an eye on. Playing in his third World Cup finals, he scored at all of them, including 3 in Russia 4 years ago, and that header you were talking about, Andy, in the last match. Stadium mostly a sea of yellow and green.
Yeah.
Thiago Silva scored in the quarter-final 8 years ago when they beat Colombia on home soil, but got himself booked and missed the semi-final, the 7-1 defeat to Germany. Croatia had possession.
Yeah, they think it was a handball there.
Modric. Oh, it's Modric. Rafinha. Fouled by Mateo Kovacic. Well, that was unusual, wasn't it? A pass like that from Modric.
That's a collector's item from him. Modric, but Rafinha onto it very quickly.
Away to Militao into Rafinha. Very diligent and competitive start from Croatia in trying to match their opponents early on and not get blown away. Perisic up against Edo Militao. Beyond Mario Pasalic. This finishes Junior. Marquinhos. Militao.
I do like the way that Militao and Danilo, 2 fullbacks, they don't always want to run beyond their wide players. They like to feed them the ball. You see a lot of fullbacks nowadays knocking it wide and then running beyond the player they've given it to, whereas they like to leave these 2 wingers to get at their men.
Neymar's touch into Modric loses possession. This is Rafinha. Testing Sasa. And the ball had gone beyond the byline. It will be a goal kick.
Just thought Vinicius Junior could have got his shot away there. He thought about it. He did think about it, and then he was looking for that extra pass. Rafinha just overruns that, but yeah, just look. It'll be interesting to see how often that happens, where Brazil find those wide players and leave them to it. Let them, then gives them the option to go on the outside or stepping infield, as Vinicius Junior did there.
Into Vinicius Junior. Juranovic keen to not give it
Yeah, when you get the chance to get tight, as Juranovic does there, do it, force it backwards.
Found his side.
Very useful thing there from Marquinhos. This time to Neymar. Not afraid to mix their game up. Good tactic.
We've seen a couple of passes, haven't we, from him and Thiago Silva already. Sousa trying to nudge it forward. There's Marquinhos. He played for a single minute at the World Cup in Russia 4 years ago, but he's very much part of the national team furniture these days, the Paris Saint-Germain player. Alongside Thiago Silva.
Brazil, Croasia.
Winning his 150th
Croasia.
cap today.
Croasia. Brazil.
Complains to the referee, but the decision goes to Croatia. Over to Josko Kvadio.
Di depan aja, Pak. Di
Really
depan
is
enak, di depan
talented. He's got
kosong.
two players opposite ends of their career.
Udah ini.
Kvadio.
Enak tapi di depan. VIP depan.
Challenge, particularly in that game against Belgium. He was the man.
Look at Juranovic here, covering plenty of ground. For Croatia, what a rapid break.
Terrific run from Juranovic. Watch him go here. Watching the lines, really committed. People dragging the yellow shirts under the ball. That allows the cross from Pasalic. Perishes as he does so well. Very close to getting across. It is how they are. Thanks. I think having got
Lagi live, Pak.
contact with that.
Yang mau nonton bareng boleh di Pesona Kahuripan 1, ditunggu di sini. Hah? YouTube. Pakai layar LED, nggak tahu di berapa ini nih. Enak banget.
That's very true.
Pacey ball back there from Brazil playing themselves into a scored goal here potentially. It's a corner for Croatia. Perisic looking well.
Very well. Just as well there to kind of set that trap. Croatia, Alisson, the ball into out. It's not the most comfortable. Usually we've seen fullbacks for years being so good in possession. It's really good tonight. All the best of that.
Let's settle defenders. Near the penalty spot. Here it comes. One of Modric's better efforts.
Again, that's the place. He'll be kicking himself there, Modric. He knows he's much better than that. And those guys from the back of the box, they need some service.
Nice idea there from Mateo Kovacic. Again, almost playing Perisic here in Brazil. Caught out once more. Modric. Still going. Oh, delightful goal. Only Italian header away. Danilo completes the clearance, but any slight hint of complacency from Brazil is being jumped on.
Yeah. Well played there, look at Modric. They're just trying to pinch that ball high up the park. When they get the opportunity off Brazil, as they do here, the goalkeeper rolling out to Casemiro. That's a little too late, but that's on the ball. Modric gets it very quickly. Again, there should be another Croatia shirt really flying in that box. That I think they've got to really do. When they do turn the ball over like that, be really brave and commit people into that box.
That's what they haven't got now, is it? They haven't got a Mandzukic.
No, they don't. They don't have a Daryl Shukin or a Mandzukic, a real predator. That they don't have. But you can still make runs in the box and drag people out of position, and it just might fall for a teammate.
Here's Thiago Silva, quarter of an hour in the last match against Korea Republic. They've already scored twice by now. Danilo into Casemiro. Modric for the first happy to let it run out of play.
I don't think they expected anything else Brazil from Croatia. All that experience that you
Bro, Brazil apa Kroasia?
Brazil.
Brazil. Berapa skornya?
2-0.
2-0. Yakin?
Insya Allah.
Nah, teman-teman yang mau yang bergabung nonton bareng boleh di pertemuan Pesona Kahuripan 1.
By Marquinhos. This is a repeat of the opening match of the tournament in Brazil back in 2014. You mentioned the experience of Croatia. Just looking at it, Dejan Lovren, Luka Modric, Ivan Perisic and Mateo Kovacic all started that match. Which illustrates your point. Brozovic came off the bench as well. So yes, they know their way around here at the World Cup.
What we haven't seen in the game so far is when Brazil really rattling 3 or 4 of those one-touch passes and pick the pace up very, very quickly. That hasn't happened yet. Much owed to the way Croatia have been nice and patient and nice and compact. It's how they cope with those really electric spells, I think, which will make the difference in this game.
Neymar. Challenged by Brozovic. This is Thiago Silva. Neymar will have another go. Away from Pasalic. Referee just about able to get out of the way. Mario Pasalic sending it in. Yes. Kramaric into Brozovic, trying to just move it away from some of that yellow-shirted traffic. Kramaric towards the far side and Perisic. Eder Militao.
Yeah, again, you see there how quickly Brazil pressure the ball in order to try and win it back. It just forces Croatia to lose a bit of accuracy in those passes.
Vinicius Junior teases one into the box. Vardy all the way, only as far as Paqueta. That's Rafinha challenging with Sosa. Guardiola stands his ground and Brozovic backs him up and they get the better of Richarlison.
Excellent play. Brilliant play that.
Solid, intelligent football from Croatia, who now look to break with Pasalic. He's got Juranovic to his right, Modric through the middle, Perisic on the far side of the penalty area, dropping a little deeper and now into possession.
Lucky. Good block in the end. The right idea from Andre Kramaric to step inside on the right foot and
Kahuripan 1 ini warganya sudah banyak banget. Mereka sudah hampir semuanya nempatin. Jadi udah rame banget untuk Kahuripan 1.
Lovren. Now Kovacic. He's really had to bide his time to find a slot
Yang
in
mau
the
merapat boleh
Croatian
di Kahuripan
midfield.
1.
Space for him here. Trying to bring Perisic into the game. Paqueta finds Danilo. Here's Casemiro. Eder Militao. Now Rafinha. Neymar dropping to collect. Vinicius Junior near side. Richarlison in the box. Lucas Paqueta just outside it. Lovely touch. Vinicius Junior! Cleared away by Sosa.
wonderful. Brilliant football.
Neymar looks to keep the attack going. Still Neymar.
Well, the Neymar shot was a lot easier to handle, but what made Vinicius Junior so effective there was the way he stopped. Watch him, he's got the ball in this wide area, and then he stands people up. So he stops, just here, and then he goes again. And that is really difficult to handle. That is really difficult to mark against. Very close.
That was the first really flowing passage of football we've seen from Brazil in the match, and maybe they're just warmed up now as Neymar nudges it through, but it's beyond Vinicius Junior.
Yeah, lucky. Just a little overhit from Neymar, wasn't it? But these are these kind of bursts that Brazil are very capable of, and they sort of come out of nowhere, really. And they just elevate themselves and they go through the gears so quickly.
Time for Thiago Silva. Paqueta. Marquinhos. Space for Rafinha over on the far side. It's Rede de Militao. Marquinhos losing his way. Header won by Mario Hajelic. Quarter of the way through the game.
Yep.
Zlatko Dalic, I imagine, would be pretty happy with the way his team have played so far.
I think so. He would have expected one or two serious attempts at his goal, and they've had that. But they've also had a lot of ball, Croatia.
Yeah, huge chance themselves as
They
well.
have indeed.
Collected by Danilo. Back in with Marquinhos. This is Lucas Paqueta. Floated invitingly in, and not headed very decisively away by Lovren. Casemiro with the shot.
I think he was just caught in two minds there a bit. Dejan Lovren. Normally you'd see a central defender put a lot more height on that to give you a bit of time to get after the ball, but I think he was waiting to have a shout from the goalkeeper, didn't get it, and kind of didn't really get the distance he would have liked on that header.
Brazil's first corner comes midway through the first half. Rafinha takes it.
Take that sort of free kick, Luka Modric, as much as he would like to counter. It's the one thing that they don't really possess, Croatia, is that blistering pace. Juranovic will give it to them in the right back position, but in those forward areas, I don't think Brazil are going to feel threatened by any genuine run.
We talked about Thiago Silva's longevity, but Luka Modric more than worth a mention as well.
Yeah.
37 now, and played twice as a 20-year-old in the World Cup back in Germany in 2006.
Outstanding player,
Longevity at the highest level from him.
Just a wonderful footballer, just he's got that great ability to and feel for the position, for the game, what's right, what's wrong, the long ball, the short ball, he seems to pick the right option.
Yeah, and the Golden Ball winner is the best player of the tournament 4 years ago, Juranovic there. Clattered by Danilo, and it will be the first yellow card of the game.
His foot was very high, wasn't it, Danilo there? Juranovic is, who just puts his head on that. You know there's going to be a coming together here, it's inevitable. But you put your boots up that high, you're going to run the risk of conceding a free kick. And now, Danilo has to be very careful.
By the way, he's not one of the players who's already on a yellow card. One or two of them out there who would miss a semi-final. Now, what can Luka Modric come up with here as he delves into his box of tricks? Modric flights it in. And a free kick for Brazil for the challenge on Neymar, just outside his own penalty area.
Interesting call there for Michael Oliver. There was a big reaction from the Croatian bench about that Danilo challenge. Even Brozovic there, they're still complaining about that. They feel, was it worth a little more? I don't think so. But his foot was high, dangerously high.
Too much in it in terms of ball recovery.
And again, I mentioned that Brazil like to go after it pretty quickly when they lose it, and you would expect Croatia to perhaps be a little more reluctant in that respect.
Marquinhos. Vinicius Junior. Brozovic there to help to tidy up. Kahuripan battling away. Juranovic into Andre Kramaric, but it's with Marquinhos once more.
Yeah, good pressure again from Brazil. Everyone really, really going after that ball the minute it goes out of their hands.
Marquinhos sending it forward, collected by Neymar. Good challenge, Kovacic, beautifully timed. Modric collecting. Kahuripan now. There, the coach of Brazil, first Brazilian coach to take charge of consecutive World Cups since Tele Santana in the 1980s. Brozovic scoops it away, but not very well, and he's extremely fortunate, I was about to say, extremely fortunate to have the ball at his feet, but Brazil have got a free kick.
They have indeed, yeah. It was a little careless, wasn't it? Just been a couple of those. That's because of the pressure that Brazil apply. Kind of played that little blind there. Brozovic wasn't quite sure where it was going. Drops right to Rafinha. Draws the foul.
And now we can clearly see why he had the ball at his feet. Neymar and Rafinha, the two players closest to the ball here. Everyone back behind it for Croatia. As Neymar floats it in. Cleared away by Joško Gvardiol. It's Thiago Silva sending it back. Rafinha. Little flick there. Casemiro and Croatia with a chance to break away. Juranovic going motoring down the near side. It's not the first time we've seen that in the first half.
Great ball.
Beautifully flighted pass as well, as Croatia piled forward, and all that was missing there was the finishing touch from a player capable of so much better, Ivan Perisic.
Yeah, really good burst though from Juranovic. Vinicius Junior not interested in tracking him back at all. So he's going to have a little bit of room if they take good care of it. It's a lovely switch to Perisic, who quite rightly dances inside onto the right foot. Just doesn't really have any conviction in that strike. Head down there, really hit it as hard as you can is required.
Yeah, Juranovic has certainly had some joy on the right-hand side for Croatia in this first half. He's played every minute so far at this World Cup for them. It's past the half-hour mark in this quarter-final. Lovely touch from Neymar. There was nothing subtle about that from Marcelo Brozovic. easiest decision of Michael Oliver's evening.
Yeah. Great skill, Nobar. Pops it through Rodovic's legs.
There's a little bit of an issue inside the penalty area there. I think between, is it Guardiol and Richarlison?
They tried to take that free kick very quickly, actually. I don't think the referee was quite ready to allow that to happen. It was just a coming together, I think, there between Richarlison and Guardiol.
The temperature's just gone up a little bit on the pitch following that challenge a few minutes ago by Danilo on Juranovic. It seems that players have got a little bit to say for themselves in the direction of the referee since then. Kramaric. Here's Perisic. Brazil's ball. Opportunity wasted there initially by Brazil, and Guardiol showed his class in retaining possession, and now has gone steaming forward down the left flank for Croatia.
Yeah, Sousa is this time he draws the foul. It's a bit of a waste that from Brazil a couple of times there. A good situation, they gave the ball away and allowed Croatia to deal with that, and Sousa is who's bundled to the floor in the end.
Yeah, a bit untidy from Lucas Paqueta.
But the fact that Croatia keep the ball ticking over with Modric, with Brozovic and Kovacic means Neymar doesn't get quite enough of it. He can't have an influence on the game. There's flashes from him, but not really enough of an influence to keep Brazil really on the front foot.
Juranovic looking for Perisic. Kept Alisson on his toes. Here's Rafinha. Now Eder Militao. He's looking for Richarlison.
He's hardly had a touch, Richarlison. Really hasn't seen any of the ball, certainly nothing worthwhile.
Juranovic. To be fair, he hasn't really needed too many opportunities, has he, Richarlison? His strike rate so good, 3 goals from 4 shots on target so far this World Cup. But Croatia looking to ask a few questions, and Richarlison trying to burst clear of Kovacic. Guardiol is there to tidy up. Juranovic comes a lovely touch to Mario Pasalic. You're right though, Andy, about Richarlison so far in the match. He's had fewer touches of the ball than anybody else on the pitch.
Yeah.
Kovacic.
Croatia will be very happy that they're starting to feel like they can do what they do to most teams. Wear them down, grind them down. They're not devastating with their attacking play, but they just keep the ball moving in this area of the field, and they just drag those yellow shirts towards it and pop it off and move it to somebody else.
Yes, they've got a very handy habit of doing enough to stay in games, to hang in there. They find a way, and often as not, they find a way to get over the line at the end of it, however long it takes.
Very true.
Long way to go in this one though. Still just over 10 minutes remaining of the opening 45. A half of a few goal scoring opportunities so far. Modric. So it's forced to chase back a little. Guardiol has it covered. It's got Richarlison nearby. This is Borna Sousa. Quite handy for Croatia, I think, that Sousa recovered from a virus which he had out of the last game. Barisic started the last match.
Yes, and he again looks a little short from being fair. Borna Barisic.
It's a good looking ball, and Richarlison sniffing around, and Josip Juranovic is there to scoop it away, despite the close attentions of Vinicius Junior.
this. You look at the stats.
Nothing in it.
Nothing in it whatsoever.
Here's Paqueta. Now Danilo whipping it forward. That was Brozovic trying to break it up. Richarlison can't find a way through. Gvardiol steps in. Juranovic with a chance to clear. Dangerous ball though. It almost falls Brazil's way, but Croatia got a free kick. Brozovic would rather the referee had played an advantage.
Maybe. He's happy just to seem to be back in possession. It's Paqueta who goes after Modric. Just unfortunately just brings him to the floor and chance gone.
Kramaric full of running right across that forward line for Croatia in this first half. Richarlison on the ground, no foul.
Good challenge, Kovacic again. Working exceptionally hard. Croatia to deny as well as to try and keep the ball.